North Dakota. And we're so thankful. It's like 50 degrees all week up here, so we'll take it. I am excited that someone loved you and cared about you enough tonight to invite you on to this LifeWave meeting. So you are going to learn a lot about this incredible phototherapy patch. It's called LifeWave. Someone probably a little bit about the patch X39, which is literally the flagship product with LifeWave. It's the one that's creating the most miracles. We're seeing people's health change, their lives change. I mean, I'm literally seeing people that have had miracles that they've been working on for 40 years and nothing else has worked. And they put the patch on and the next day they're calling me. So we are seeing it all with the X39. So I'm going to get into it. If you have not yet, tried the patch, make sure tonight is your night that you get started with this opportunity, that you get started patching, because remember, the patch does have a 30-day money-back guarantee for all brand partners. So there's really no risk in this whole thing. It's all just you taking control of your health. And so a little bit about my background. I'm up here in North Dakota. Like I said, my husband, Scott, and I, we've actually been part of LifeWave now for almost 21 months, or about 20 to 21 months. And we actually got started because of my aging parents. I believe that everyone on here, if you've got aging parents, you should be health advocates for them. Hopefully you're helping them to maneuver and decide what it is that they're doing with their health as they age, because I feel like that generation is really at the mercy of the entire system, and the system is really, really broken. And so I think it's important when you guys learn about a product like the LifeWave patches, that you learn about a little bit about who you're learning from, right? Like, who are you learning from? Who is this lady from up in North Dakota? She seems like she's pretty excited. I am pretty excited. That's the truth. But I want to tell you just a bit of my background so that you know who you're learning from. So let me go ahead and screen share with you here, and we'll get into it. I'm so glad you're on tonight. Again, Talk To invited you on here because they are your sponsor. They are the person that is going to help you to get started at the best possible price. So if you're looking for the wholesale deal and the best discounts, you're definitely going to want to get started at the wholesale price. And I'm just going to make sure all of you are muted. If you do have questions, feel free, please, by all means, put your questions into the chat. Okay, because I'd love to hear from you. Make sure your phones are muted. If you could do that, that'd be really awesome. But, I'm a child of God. I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I love the Lord. And I've been certified for 25 years to teach a lot of nutrition, a lot of fitness. So I'm a biblical health coach. In addition to that, I've taught a lot of physical education over my 25 years. And I usually did it in the realm of workplace wellness. So I'd go in and I'd get large corporations healthy. Hundreds and hundreds and sometimes thousands of people. And so that's really what I love to do. I love fitness. I love nutrition. I was the NBC health and fitness expert on the news. I was on television. I had my own segment for 8.5 years until I actually got kicked off, believe it or not, during the pandemic, because I did not believe that everyone should have to have that vaccine. And so I made my opinion known, and they did not like that very much. They told me, Renita, you're moving in a different direction than us. And I said, my direction has been and always will be health and healing, always. Okay. There's no like veering right or left from that. And so now I know that the Lord was just making a way for me to take more time for LifeWave. We've got an international team. We've got literally, I think at this point, over 40,000 people on our team around the world. So we're in multiple countries. For those of you that don't know about LifeWave, it's been around for nearly 20 years, and we're open in right now 75 different countries. So I'm telling you, this is a global opportunity. And I do everything I do for those people that you see standing right there. My boys, I have 3 boys. They're almost 24, 17, and 15. That's my husband, Scott. We do this business together. We love this business. We love sharing and helping people get well and be well and restore their health and their finances. But it all started with this pretty lady right here, my mom. She's at the kitchen counter right now eating an awesome dish. I made a beautiful Italian dish tonight, and mom's at the counter eating just as we speak. And my mom was actually diagnosed with Parkinson's about 7 years ago. And I opted to do everything I could in my power to help her with this. And we did a lot of natural health and healing. The first place we actually went to was Mayo Clinic. And I'll be honest with you, if you have a loved one that has a neurological condition and you go to a place like Mayo Clinic, it's pretty much adios, diagnose and adios. So they diagnosed her and they sent us out the door. And so when I saw that diagnose and adios mindset, that didn't really work for me, because I thought, there's got to be ways to get better and not just to like let this disease take you, right? And so we started investigating and digging deep. And so I am a product of seeking natural health solutions. I have been in the trenches for 25 years with my family, my children, my mother, my father. And I am the person that when you're not well, people come to me and they say, what do you know? And I'm the person who tells them what I know, because I feel like the Lord has given me the spiritual gift of wisdom, but also he's given me an incredible work ethic to go seek natural solutions. So if you're on here not tonight, and you like natural solutions, if you're sick of the drug world, if maybe you've been there, done that, it's not working, you're at the right place. And so we got started because of my mom. And a friend of mine out of Canada, who was actually a nurse up in Canada, all the nurses in the room, thank you for your service. She was a nurse up there, and she said, Renita, you got to try this patch on your mom. She said it was pretty much miraculous for my neighbor lady who had Parkinson's. I said, you got to be kidding me. You had me at miraculous. Doris, her name was Doris. And I said, Doris, send me what you're talking about. I want to know about this thing. And it was the 11th day, you guys. And I walked into my mom and dad's house, and mom was walking without her walker at 8 a.m. So if you know anybody with neurological stuff, especially Parkinson's, I'm just going to be honest, 8 a.m. is rough. And so when I saw her just meandering through the house without the walker and saying, Renita, do you want me to make you some eggs? I knew we were onto something. So that was my first miracle I witnessed with the patches, you guys. And my mom had been on those patches for 11 days. She was wearing the X39, okay? And that's the patch that actually activates that GHKCU, which activates your stem cells. So we'll get into that in a second. This is my second patch miracle I saw. It was my father. So he was sitting at the kitchen table that morning, and he had been dealing with these oozing, goozing legs, as you see over here on the left, and you can see they're kind of like dripping. That was nonstop for 6 months. His legs were 3 times the original size. They were red, they were swollen, they were miserable. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't wear blue jeans because the oozing would stick to the jeans. I mean, it was awful. We had gone to 12 doctors in 6 months. I don't know if you guys have been to multiple doctors, but we had been to 12. And I was honestly, I was sick of going to doctors. But we had gone to his heart doctor, his kidney doctor, the dermatologist. And then, of course, none of that was working. The dermatologist actually told my dad he was going to have to live with those legs. And then we started going to homeopaths and naturopaths and chiropractors and just anybody that could help us. And you guys, I'll be honest with you, after 6 months of seeking, we had nothing. Those legs were just as miserable as day one. And that day, my dad was sitting at the kitchen table, and I said, hey, let's put one of these patches on you. He said, I thought the patch was for your mother's Parkinson's. I said, I have no idea what the patch is for. But if it did that to mom, maybe it will help your oozing, goozing, edemic legs. And so my dad said, let's give it a shot. We put a patch on my dad. My dad, you guys, was a one-patch miracle. Now, I'm not promising you that you're going to be a one-patch miracle. In fact, I'm going to tell you the patch doesn't treat, cure, or prevent disease, because we are not a drug company, and only the drug companies can tell you that they're going to treat, cure, prevent disease. We are a wellness technology. This is a wellness device that you wear every single day. And so what happened is my dad, 24 hours later, I got back to the house. I opened the front door. I had looked down, and his tiny little marine Semper Fi chicken legs were back. And I dropped to my knees and I started crying. Like I was crying. I was in tears over it. I was praising the Lord. And my dad so nonchalantly turns around and starts heading back to the kitchen and says, well, looks like we've wasted a whole lot of money and time and energy at doctor's appointments. We're going to get some more of those patches. I mean, it was like that, right? And so my dad was a one-patch miracle. Within 5 weeks, my dad was completely off of all of his blood pressure medication. which they told him he was going to be on the rest of his life. But the bottom line is, it's not just about my story. It's about your story. It's about, have you been patched yet? So make sure you talk to the person who invited you on here tonight, because they want to elevate your health. They want to activate the GHKCU peptide, which regenerates your own stem cells. And that's why this patch works, is because it's activating a natural peptide that's already in our bodies. But as we age, the peptide gets less and less and less and less until it's eventually gone, right? And all we're doing is we're activating that peptide with light. And that peptide is the GHKCU peptide, and that helps to regenerate our own stem cells. So I want to give you a little background on the company, on David Schmidt, the inventor. The guy's a genius. I'll just tell you, he said he quit counting at about 130 patents, but when you talk to those around him, he's around 180 patents. So the guy literally is a scientific genius. I always tell David he's divinely appointed and anointed by God for such a time as this, but he's a scientist and inventor. And what he did is 20 years ago, he invented his very first patch, and that patch was actually for the Navy SEALs. Would you believe it or not? The Navy SEALs use our patches, and they used it because they were trying to keep these Navy SEALs awake and alert during Hell Week. So David Schmidt actually energy enhancer. I have it sitting right here. In fact, I have it on. I'm not going to show you where it's at because it's on my butt cheeks. I have it on my butt cheeks tonight. White on the right, tan on the left. But the energy enhancer uses fat oxidation. So it uses your own body fat for fuel. Okay. Do any of you have any extra body fat that you want to use for fuel? David actually had the Navy SEALs wear that. And guess what? They did phenomenal during Hell Week. No accidents, no problems. Everybody was alert and awake. And that's where it all started. That's where the technology of LifeWave phototherapy patches started. And from there, he got a phone call from Stanford University with Richard Quick. Now, those of you who are on here, if you're athletic at all, or if you know any athletes, if you know any swimmers, most swimmers know who Richard Quick is because he's like a world-renowned coach for female swimming. And Richard Quick called up David and he said, hey, can you come down to Stanford University? I heard you have this patch that the Navy SEALs are wearing. Our female athletes would like to wear this patch to see what it could possibly do for their times. We're trying to qualify for the Olympics. No one has qualified yet. Could you come down and patch these girls? David Schmidt got in the plane, flew down, patched the female athletes. And once you know, within the first week, you guys, all of the athletes had broken their own PRs or their personal records. And 4 of the athletes, the female athletes in that week, qualified for the U.S. Olympic swim team. So I don't know about you. I'm not an Olympic swimmer and I'm not a Navy SEAL, but if it's good enough for those guys, I'm using these patches, right? And so what happened with David, even though the company was doing very well, he said in 2008, I'm going to really focus on stem cell research. Now, I don't know if you guys know a lot about stem cell research. Raise your hand. You can put your hand up if you know a lot about it. I didn't know anything. I knew that I was worried about it because I'm a Christian woman. So I'm like, where are they getting the stem cells? Are they getting them from aborted baby fetuses? Because I don't believe in that. So I didn't know a lot. I knew that during the mid-pandemic, we had called Tijuana because there's a place down there. I think it's called the Stem Cell Centers of America. And we called down there because I had thought about maybe getting stem cells for mom, right? Because I had heard it help with Parkinson's. And so I thought, well, we'll call down there and see what it's all about. Well, when I called down, they wanted $10,000 and they told me it might not work the first time. You might have to come back for multiple visits. And I'm just going to tell you, my brothers are complete cheapskates. My brothers are tightwads. And so they're like, Renita, I don't think we should spend 10 grand and then have to go back to Tijuana for multiple visits, right? Like if it doesn't work, like we're spending a whole lot of money and time, right? So we opted not to go, but I learned from that something was happening in the world around with stem cells that I needed to learn about. And only 1 month later, I feel like the Lord had a plan for my life because 1 month later, Doris from Canada, the nurse, was calling me saying, hey, you got to try this patch on your mom because my neighbor lady had a miracle. And so that's how God works in my life. And I think God's working in your life tonight too, because you're on here. So make no mistake, it's not by accident and it's not a coincidence that you're here tonight. So X39, the patch that really took the company from 30 million to $320 million a year. It took 10 years to create, because David Schmidt, by the way, the guy loves the Lord Jesus. He's as humble as they come. He's just an incredible, incredible, incredible human being. But he actually said there's got to be a way to activate our own stem cells without injections, right? Without needles. There's got to be a way we can activate the healing mechanisms of our body with light. And so he took 10 years and $4.5 million, and he really got into this GHKCU peptide. Now, I'm going to stop my share just for a second. GHKCU peptide, because when I got started, you guys, I didn't know what the GHKCU peptide was. I'm like, I've never heard of that. What is that? And so I was on a meeting the second day I was with LifeWave, and there was a doctor that was doing the meeting, and he said, you all should get this book by Dr. Lauren Picard. And it talks about the GHKCU peptide. So, you know me, I'm brand new with LifeWave. It's about 20 months ago. So I hit the buy button on Amazon. And when I got this book and realized what this GHKCU peptide is going to do for us, it is out of this world that we haven't known about this. By the way, this Dr. Picard, he's the guy who discovered the GHKCU peptide. He discovered it in 1973. 51 years ago, he discovered it. Took a long time for us to figure it out, right? But on the back of it, I just want to read to you what this Dr. Picard says that this peptide can do for us. Okay, so this is according to the guy who discovered the GHKCU peptide. Now remember, the X39 patch activates GHK. That's when you put that X39 patch on your body, it activates GHK. Say GHK out loud so I know you guys got it. GHK. Okay, it's a copper peptide. So this is what, according to his research, the guy who's researched it more than anyone in the world, says the GHK is going to tighten loose skin and thicken older skin. Okay, it's going to repair protective skin barrier proteins. It's going to improve your skin firmness and elasticity and clarity. It's going to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to smooth rough skin. It's going to reduce photo damage, which is exactly what it did for me. I had a big old liver spot and some of these kind of age spots on my body, gone. In 6 weeks, they were gone. Improves overall appearance. People who wear the patch just look younger. My kids literally said to me today, Mom, your skin looks like you're in your 20s. I'm going to be 48, I think. And the bottom, I quit keeping track because I feel like I'm 20. So who cares about my age, right? Who cares how actually old you are when you just feel younger and younger and younger? But it also increases hair growth, thickness, enlarges hair follicle size. We see a lot of people. I've got people's hair growing back, their eyebrows growing back, all kinds of wild stuff. Protects your body from disease. It helps fight pain and anxiety, according to Dr. Picard. Increases nerve outgrowth and strongly affects 700 nervous system genes. So if you're on here tonight and you have an issue with the nervous system, I'm telling you what, you got to get patched like ASAP. So it also activates genes, the ubiquitin proteasome system for cell cleansing. We've not been trained by our medical community that detoxing is imperative to health. If we do not detox, we will end up with cancer. We will end up with various autoimmune conditions, right? So we're not trained by medical doctors that detoxing is a good thing. In fact, they teach suppression in the medical world, right? If you get a fever, take an ibuprofen. If you get the flu, take Tamiflu. If you get this, take that. It's all about suppression. It's not about letting the body clear itself. Well, what if you guys are not very good detoxers? If you're not a good detoxer long-term, that is going to come with a premature disease. Okay, so you want to be detoxing. So what the GHKCU peptide does is it actually activates cell cleansing. So you actually start to detoxify. That might scare some of you when you first start, but better out than in. Because if it's in, it's going to end up with a disease, right? We want the cells to be able to cleanse themselves. All right, how about this one? Reduces fibrinogen levels, the top predictor of cardiovascular disease. Now, the fibrinogen levels of our entire country, entire world went through the roof in the last 5 years. Fibrinogen is the predictor if you're going to have a heart attack, a stroke. It tells you pericarditis, myocarditis, all those things that are going on right now. Do you know that the GHK CU peptide actually reduces fibrinogen. No wonder they didn't want us to know about it. It literally reduces fibrinogen. Fibrinogen is the top predictor of cardiovascular disease. Wow. And this is why we hear heart testimony after heart testimony, after blood pressure testimony, after heart testimony. So lots of great things. We should be running to our friends, family, loved ones, parents, grandparents, just for that single reason alone, right? But also, according to Dr. Picard, it causes the differentiation of unused stem cells. It causes adult stem cells to produce more growth factor so they can get to work healing the body. It suppresses numerous cancer metastasis genes, according to Dr. Picard. So it inhibits cancer cell growth, okay? Restores healthy functions in cells damaged by COPD, protects lung tissue after acute injury, and the final thing it does, it increases the healing of skin, stomach, intestine lining, and bony tissue. So I don't know if you guys have an issue with any of that stuff, but you might need the GHKCU peptide. The fastest, easiest way to get it, guess what, guys? It's the X39 patch. So you could go get an injection. They're a lot of money and they're painful, and there's always a risk of infection with needles, right? Or you could just put a patch on, and your body's constantly going to be creating this GHKCU peptide. So let me go back to my short presentation here. We'll get rolling. So when you look at it, he finally, David, after 10 years of working on patent, took 10 years and $4.5 million, he brought it to market. And I want to read you guys the patent because I think you all should know it. So it says, according to at least one embodiment of the invention, which may be worn anywhere on the body, so you can wear the patch anywhere on the body, okay? It causes a beneficial effect, at least by providing phototherapy, which is light therapy, to a human body. And for an example, in some embodiments, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells. Raise your hand if you want this stuff, by the way. Activation of stem cells, improvements in energy. Come on, come on. Elevation of antioxidants. Anybody want that? Reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, which is why everybody feels 10, 15, 20 years younger, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. That is what the patent reads, guys. So imagine we are part of a company that has a patent on our product that reads that it's going to do all that. And this is the book I just showed you. So gain some knowledge, share with others, ask some of your friends. Have you heard of the GHKCU peptide? I'm going to tell you 100% of them probably haven't. So when you're sharing this technology, know that you are inspiring others. You are coming, you are like the pioneer to teach others about this technology. This is why we have so many doctors right now getting sponsored by their patients. The patients are going in and they have these radical things happening with their health, and the doctors are literally saying, how in the world did that happen? And the doctors are joining LifeWave by the droves. I personally have over 340 doctors, nurses, personal trainers, chiropractors, naturopaths on my team alone. This is a movement, you guys, of people taking control of their health by believing they can and learning about the GHKCU peptide and phototherapy. So a great book to get. This is another great book. I have it laying right here on my desk as well. Dr. John Harmon, he's a friend of mine. He is actually in LifeWave, and he wrote this entire book, and he really focuses on the potential of this GHKCU peptide in battling neurodegeneration conditions. So I don't know if you guys know what neurodegeneration is, but we're talking Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, I mean, even ADHD, anything neurological related. He talks in depth in this book how the GHKCU peptide is incredible at combating that. So 2 great books. If you guys are just interested in furthering your knowledge, read the books. So how does this patch work, you guys? Well, it's a form of light therapy. How many of you have heard of light therapy? Anybody? Most people know about the biggest form of light therapy, which is the good old sun in the sky, right? When you go out in the sun every day and you get more vitamin D, your hormones balance, your sex drive goes up. My goodness gracious, your bones get stronger. All of this stuff happens by being in the sun. So the sun is a great example of light therapy, right? It's crazy how the government told us to stay out of it. I've realized at this point, because I was in media for 8.5 years and I'm well aware of what goes on there, that whatever they're telling you on the mainstream media, do the opposite. Do the opposite and you're going to be in good shape. Okay. Because everything they're telling you is literally like creating a death sentence for people. It's crazy what they're saying. And so what I'm telling you, it's time to use your own light to heal. It's time to realize God designed you to heal. Your body is a healing machine. Okay. So these patches, by the way, are non-transdermal. They don't leach any chemicals or stem cells or medicine into the body. They simply sit on top of the body. Okay. And what happens? Patch on right now so you guys can see how it works, how easy it works. Okay. So let me stop the share here for a second. This is how easy the patch works. When you order the patches, by the way, they're going to come in a sleeve and it might look like this. And there's going to be 30 patches in the sleeve. Now, 30 patches is enough for one person for 1 month. Okay. So I'm just going to put it where you guys can see it. So I'm just going to simply pull the back of the patch off. See how easy that is? Okay. It's about the size of one of those Band-Aids. I'm just going to come down. I'm going to put mine right there so you guys can look at it the rest of the talk. Okay. So right there is my patch. And again, you could put this on the base of your neck. You could put it under your belly button. You could put it on your aching sciatic pain. You could put it on your shoulder. Honestly, you can put the patch wherever you want. It's systemic. Systemic means it's going to go to the greatest area of need for you. So it works wherever you put it. There's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants in it. You're simply letting it sit in the body. Your body releases low-level heat, low-level light. We actually are infrared beings. Do you guys know that? Now, I don't look at Mary or Carol or Heidi or Susan, and I can't see an infrared light coming off of you, of course. But if I had night vision goggles on and I looked at you, I could see your infrared heat coming off of your body. Because what? We're 98.6 degrees, right? And so what happens is when we emit that low-level light, it hits the patch, and those proprietary ingredients that are in the patch that are all natural, by the way, water, salt, sugar, oxygen, amino acids, they're all naturally occurring ingredients. They simply just reflect back into the body different frequencies of light. And when those different frequencies of light come back into the body, they activate different mechanisms of healing. And with the X39, it activates GHKCU peptide, which activates our own stem cells. So these are some of the benefits we see: increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity. My mom, wore the patch, is still wearing the patch, but after the second month of wearing the patch, her dentist called me and said, "What on earth are you doing to your mother's teeth? It's like I'm looking at a different mouth," because she had had periodontal disease for 7 years and we couldn't get it under control. 2 months of wearing the patches, the doctor's calling me back saying, "What did you do? What did you do? It's like a different mouth." And then the real kicker came when my mom, when she started on the patch, she could barely walk. She couldn't brush her teeth. I was standing behind her, like literally taking the toothbrush and holding it to her teeth, because people with Parkinson's, they lose this ability. So they can't touch. And so she'd be literally trying to brush her teeth with the toothbrush out here. And I'd come and I'd stand behind her and I'd say, "Mom, we got to touch your toothbrush to your teeth." And so I would help her with that. And once you know it, we had taken away knives from her because we thought she was, could hurt somebody accidentally, because she couldn't, like I said, didn't have any good friction. And it was about 3 months in, I came into my house. My mom was sitting at my kitchen table and my neighbor lady had given me apples off her apple tree. And there was 24 peeled apples on my kitchen table. And I said to my mom, "Did the boys peel the apples?" She goes, "Hell no, Nita." That's my mom. "Hell no, Nita." She said, "I peeled the apples." I said, "You peeled the apples?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "With what?" She said, "With this paring knife." I said, "You peeled all those apples with that paring knife." And this is the woman that we had taken knives away from, guys. So I could go on and on and on, but I'm more excited about your miracle. We want to hear your miracle. So the first few days, your genes are going to begin to reset themselves. Your brain's going to become balanced. That happened for my 23-year-old son on the 8th day of wearing the patch. He came back in from a run. He was dancing in the entryway. He's a Division I athlete, incredible runner. He was dancing in the entryway of our house. And I came out and I said, "Bo, why are you so excited? Why are you so happy?" He said, "There's really something to that patch, Mom." I said, "Really?" I said, "Why do you say that?" He said, "My head just feels different. My brain feels different. It feels better." He said, I haven't had one of those low grade headaches since I started putting that patch on. He said, I'm just telling you, my brain feels better. And here was my son, 8 days in, getting rid of the brain fog, right? Getting rid of that kind of anxiety tendencies he had. And so you guys, I'm telling you, the patch is awesome and it works for everybody. Some of you will notice it in a day or two. Some of you notice it in 7 days, 14 days, 3 weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take, but don't stop before you get your miracles is my advice to you, because it works for every single person. And then of course, within 6 months, that heart is reversing in age. And the reason it's doing that, I believe, is because it's reducing that fibrinogen levels that I taught you about earlier. So David Schmidt, the founder, says this is not anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. How many of you like the idea of not just stopping aging, but reversing it? Raise your hand. Everybody over the age of 40 goes wild. Woo, right? Come on, guys. So you wear your patch 12 hours on and you take it off for 12 hours. So you just wear it for 12 hours. Wear it during the daytime hours. You can take it off at night when you go to bed, put a fresh patch on the next morning. Those of you who are around me a lot know I'm pretty radical about electrolytes. I'm just going to be really frank with you. Let me stop the share. This is the nutrition coach, personal trainer, clinical exercise specialist. I'm certified in 25 different modalities of nutrition and fitness. The easiest thing all of you can do now for your health is to start consuming Redmond's real salt or a Celtic salt. I eat salt constantly. And the reason I do that, it's not going to increase your blood pressure like you think. In fact, I have my medical doctor friends now patching people and having them increase their electrolytes, including the Redmond's real salt or the Celtic salt, not the gross table salt, okay? And what's happening is people are getting off their blood pressure medication and by the droves. So put a little salt on your mouth, just like I did. Drink a little water. I'm drinking some mineral water tonight, Topo Chico. But the bottom line is you got to make sure you have plenty of electrolytes. I'm convinced that 3/4 of our health ailments would be gone if people increase their electrolytes, okay? And so what's going to happen when you increase your electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, talk to the person who invited you on here, they'll educate you, and you put the patch on, you're going to have a faster miracle. If you're dehydrated and you put the patch on, you're still going to get a miracle. It's just going to take a lot longer. So if you guys want to get on here and you want to drag this thing out, okay, then yeah, I would say, someone's asked me a question, Hardy Sarnecki, is it true that iodized table salt has crushed glass in it? Yes. It literally makes micro trauma in the blood vessels, which is why everybody gets hypertension. In addition to that, iodized salt is a complete marketing gimmick. There's no iodine in your salt. Are you nuts? As soon as you open that salt up, within 1 hour, it's all dissipated. It's gone. So if you've had your iodized salt, thinking you're getting iodine from your salt in your kitchen counter for longer than an hour, the iodine is gone. But they got you. Again, they're always getting you with the marketing, the Mortons. Remember the Mortons? Okay, so we got to get back into the saddle of taking control of our health. So if you want a fast miracle, make sure that you guys get started on a Celtic salt or a Redmond's real salt, okay? And then also increase your potassium-rich foods. Watermelon, muskmelon, you could do coconut water, you could do avocados, you could do tomatoes, potatoes, sweet potatoes. All those things are very high in potassium. So you need potassium. Your heart functions on a sodium-potassium balance. So if you are just getting sodium, and not enough potassium, which honestly, I don't know anybody outside of my vegan friend. I have one friend, he's a vegetarian. He gets plenty of potassium. He's the only person I know. I don't even get enough potassium every day, and I'm trying like really hard, okay? We need 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. No one gets it. So you got to try so hard, because if you're not getting a potassium, you've got hypertension, period. So the sodium potassium balance is like pickleball, right? Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. So what happens is if you're just doing sodium all day long, you have hypertension. So you can put the patch on, but I want you to have plenty of electrolytes, because I would be disingenuous if I told you just to put the patch on and it's going to cure everything. I'd be lying to you. You need electrolytes. All of you on here, if all of you, I don't care how old you are, you need electrolytes, okay? And when you do that, you put the patch on, you're going to have fast miracles. You're going to have fast miracles, just like my mom, just like my dad. Okay, so you can put the patch anywhere, but if you don't know where to put it, you can put it under the belly button or up at the base of the neck. So the technology is really so incredible and remarkable, but yet it's so simple because I just showed you how I put it on. I mean, it's literally that easy. So I want to get into a little bit more about the opportunity side of things. Do you guys have any health related questions? I will tell you, you can go to thisisitinfo.com. You can write that down. You can take a picture with your iPhone. Thisisitinfo.com is a great website. And you have dozens and dozens of videos on there. If you want to hear from medical doctors, you better get to thisisitinfo.com because there's medical doctor after medical doctor. Then there's David Schmidt. Then there's my friend, Dr. Leland Stillman. Watch that interview with Dr. Leland Stillman. He's a medical doctor. Leland is a friend of mine. And Dr. Stillman told me, Renita, I am seeing more changes in my patients in 7 days of them wearing this patch than I saw in 6 months of me working with them. And he's incredible. For those of you that know Dr. Stillman, I mean, he's teaching it all, right? So he was seeing more in 7 days of people wearing the patch, you guys. So we have really sharp medical doctors, chiropractors, naturopaths getting on board. But thisisitinfo.com. You guys got it? Any questions on that? Let me see if there's any questions in the chat on the health. Now, I will tell you, there are other patches outside of X39. So if you're on here tonight and you're saying, Renita, I've heard about the Eon patch. I heard about this patch. I heard about LifeWave for acute pain. Yes, there are other patches. And I want you to know that I'm going to show you where to go find those just in case you want to know what they're all about. Okay. So all of you, if you say, hey, I want to know what these other patches are about. I've got terrible pain in my body. I want it to be gone. I'm going to actually show you where to go find it. We are right now over at, why do some doctors say you shouldn't take electrolytes daily? I don't know. Here's what I would ask the doctor. You ready? Tammy Stone, I'd say to that doctor, can you tell me without looking at your computer or without Googling it, how many milligrams of sodium, potassium, and magnesium I need daily? And if they have to Google it, they don't know. I'm not a doctor, and I can tell you 1,500 to 2,500 milligrams of sodium, 46 to 4,700 of potassium, and at least 600 milligrams of magnesium a day. But most medical doctors don't know jack about nutrition. True story. So if you're going to your doctor to get nutrition advice, you might want to reconsider unless you have an integrated physician. And if you have an integrated physician, they probably know those answers like I just asked. But if you go to your medical doctor and you say, what are those amounts I'm supposed to be getting? And if they say, well, it's really rare for people to be potassium deficient, well, that's complete BS because the world is really hypertensive. And if everybody would get their potassium levels up, that sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium balance of the heart would be perfect. And there would be no blood pressure medication. So doctors simply don't know. But ask your doctor, hey, how much am I supposed to be getting? And if they don't know off the tip of their tongue like that, trust me, they don't know. Okay, that's my advice. You might want to look for a new doctor. Medical doctors, no, they're not trained in medicine. Yeah, exactly. They're trained in medicine. They're not trained in health. Again, don't ask me about the drugs you're on. I have no idea. I'm not a drug pusher. I have no idea about the drugs you're on and what they're going to do to your bodies. I used to have to look it up when I was a clinical exercise specialist. Now I'm like, I'm not a drug expert. I'm a health expert. You want to get healthy, come to me. I'll get you off all your drugs. That's what I do for a living is I get people off the drugs. There's legal drugs, right? Lots of legal drugs out there. All right, we're going to move into I'm going to show you right now where you guys can go to get so I'm actually in LifeWave Wellness Warriors. This is our Facebook group. If you're not in this, you ought to be. So talk to the person who invited you on here. If you're part of the team Brannon, you can be in this group right here. I'm just announcing all the winners. We had so many people win the free trip to Mexico. I just got started posting. I've got like, I think 6 or 7 more to do. Anyway, files, under files, when you click on that, there's going to be a 1-page flyer. This is great for brand new people to look at. This is it, welcome page. It has great hyperlinks on there. And then let's say that you want to learn about all the products. You can come on down here to the all product flyer. And when you go to the all product flyer, you can just download that. You can save that.
Hey, Renita, we don't have any sound on your end.
We can't hear you, Renita.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. I think I'm having a little bit of power surging going up here. It's been going on all day in North Dakota. I'm not
We
sure
got you
what
now.
they're doing.
We hear you
Can
loud
you
and
hear me?
clear.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So I want to get into the business side of it because I think it's so powerful what we have going on with this special right now. And it lasts for a couple more days. So if you're brand new, you're in luck. You like caught it at the exact right time because this is literally the moment to get started because you're getting the best deal, the best timing, and you can launch a home-based business. So I'm going to get into a little bit about the business aspects. I saw we just had Miss Shari McCants. I saw her face come up, and where did it go? Where's Miss Shari? I'd love for Shari to share just for a minute because she's been part of network marketing for a long time. And I would love for her to just share a little bit about what she's experienced with this financially because she's been part of other businesses. She's a nutrition coach. She got started in nutrition because she has a son who's a type 1 diabetic. And that was the reason she literally kind of got involved in network marketing and in health and wellness and became a nutrition coach. But Shari, if you're available to, can you unmute yourself? Let me see if I can find you. There you are. Can you unmute yourself and share for a minute or two about what you're seeing with this financial opportunity?
Okay, Renita, I don't have the best voice, so you don't get to see me.
No
but
worries. No
yeah,
worries.
there's just so much
That's okay.
junk going around here.
No
Anyway,
problem.
so yeah, like Renita said, I've been involved with network marketing since 2008. Okay. And I've never ever seen this kind of opportunity. I mean, what can I say? I'm blown away. Like every week, I'm just blown away at my paycheck. I'll just be honest.
And
I told
let's
you
just talk
last
about it for a
time.
second, Shari. Like I know we can't make income claims, right? And
Right.
I say all the time, we got some people on our team making $400 a week, $500 a week, 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, 18,000 a week. I mean, these are people on our team, and Shari, you're one of them, right? And so
Yeah.
you're kind of like me when we get the W, the 1099, right?
Yeah.
What happened when Matt saw the 1099? What did your husband say? Because he's an engineer.
Yeah, and he already knew, and I said, and I didn't know. That's how much. I mean, I really, really care about, helping people, but I don't necessarily look at the money. It's just not me. That's how I've always been. But Matt always looks at the money, and I said, Matt, did you know this? He said, yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So it was my first ever, ever, ever year to make 6 figures. It's huge for me. It's huge.
Yeah, I love it, Shari. And this year, you're going to be even higher on that scale.
Yeah.
So let's go,
Yeah.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not slowing down. It's only speeding up.
No.
And I mean, part of it is the miracles you're seeing. You get to, you're like me. You have a miracle inbox, right? So you get to witness. I mean, look at who was on your team yesterday who shared that incredible testimony, the nurse practitioner.
Yes, Danielle.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know.
Danielle is so wonderful.
Yes.
And she's on your team. And
Yes.
when the nurse practitioners are getting off of 7 meds.
Yes. I know. And the other thing that's happening, Renita, so tell everybody to just like hang on to their hats, because like now I just keep people call me and they're like, okay, I'm ready now, Shari. I mean, they weren't ready 6 months ago, but they're literally texting me saying they're ready. I mean, it's incredible.
It is
So,
incredible.
and it's because they're seeing so many people be patched. That's why.
Right.
It's happening.
Yeah.
So tell everyone.
Tell
everyone.
Sponsor your friends and loved ones before someone else sponsors your friends and loved ones, right?
Exactly.
Because they're going to hear about the patch from somewhere. If it's at an event, if it's at church, they're gonna see it. They're gonna hear about it, and guess what? You want to be the one to tell them, right, Shari?
Right.
You want to be the one to tell them. And I love it, Shari. You got the kids patching down there. You got I see it. I see it. So I mean, not only is Matt and you just get the whole community well, you got your family on board, and now you're seeing this massive financial surge, not just for your family, Shari, but for
Yeah.
so many people on your team. That's the thing, right? I've
Oh.
never seen so many people make so much money.
Yeah, me neither.
That's it.
Yeah, and
No.
it's so good for me to be able to like share that with someone that they can now make a great physical change, but hey, you can make a financial change. And I'm like, and I'll help you because I know how to do it. We can do it. We can help you.
Yeah.
So it's so
Amen,
fun.
Shari. Well, I love you. Thank you for hopping on and sharing. I appreciate you chiming in. And I just saw your name and I'm like, I haven't talked to Shari in a while. And I know
I
you're just
know.
crushing it because you're so busy with your team. But thanks for chiming in. We're going to show them how to make the money right now. I'm going to show everybody, I'm going to show them this great bonus that's going on right now. So for those of you that are not aware that right now we have really a huge incentive to get rocking and rolling with this. I'm going to show you how to upgrade if you need to upgrade. I'm going to show you how to get started if you need to get started. But when you go to thisisitteam.com and you come on over here, there's lots of great stuff. So this is going to be all the business related tools. So earlier, do you remember how you wrote down this is it info? That was all the health stuff. That was all the doctor's testimonies, David Schmidt, Dr. Leland, like you can hear it all about the health over at thisisitinfo.com. But when you go to This Is It Team, thisisitteam.com is going to be all of the business tools that you're going to need to rock your business. So when you get started, you can go to onboarding and start there. You can go to the 10-step system. Literally each one of these is so fantastic. I'm just going to go over here to LifeWave compensation plan, and I'm going to show you the comp plan very quickly. And then I'm going to show you the incentive that's going on right now and how you can not only make money, but optimize the compensation plan and make a whole lot more money. So LifeWave commission sheet, I'm going to click on that. And by the way, if you're new to This Is It Team, this video right here with my friend Danny is an unbelievable video about the business of network marketing. So if you've never done this business before, don't worry. We have several people that have never touched a network marketing business in their lives. And now, like I said, they're the ones making 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 a week. So the sky is the limit for you. So LifeWave commission sheet. And I should note at this time that Scott is going to be doing training on Saturday. My husband, Scott, is going to be doing the business training. I'll be doing just a short amount on the front end of that, but it's going to be on Saturday at noon Central, 1 Eastern, and it's going to literally be at thisisitteam.com. So if you go back to thisisitteam.com, let me show you where to find that. If I'm at thisisitteam.com and I come up here to the top where it says X39 Zoom events, do you guys see where that is in the middle right there? X39 Zoom events. And I click on that. I can click on Saturday. And when you click on Saturday, what's going to come up is going to be, it's still from last Saturday, but give it a day or two, probably tomorrow, and they'll have it with Scott and Renita Brannon and Steve and Gina Merritt. So you'll see our picture there, and then you're just going to click right there to join the Zoom. It's going to be that easy to do, okay? And that's at noon Central. Make sure you have your team on that. So let's talk about the money. The money is very, 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 very exciting. For those of you who've never done a network marketing business, consider yourself blessed and highly favored to be on here tonight to learn about it. If you're a W-2 paid employee, you are paying the most taxes. Let me just say it again. If you're on here tonight and you're a W-2 paid employee, you are paying the most taxes. You're paying out of your nose on taxes. And I want to help you to become an entrepreneur, to make you help, just really simply to become more tax efficient. People are not trained. My son just graduated with a 4-year degree in marketing and business from NDSU. He was not trained about taxes. He was not trained about network marketing. And now my son, Bo, earns more in 1 month in his LifeWave business than most college professors earn in a year. True story. Okay. So is it a good thing to learn? You bet it is. So I tell my kids all the time, I want them financially literate. I want them loving the Lord Jesus, and I want them healthy, because when you're healthy, wealthy, and wise, you are hard to control, my friends. And so when you are broke and sick, wow, you are at the beck of the government, whatever they tell you to do. So I'm a big believer in freedom. The more you get around me, you'll learn that about me, but I'm a big believer in financial freedom. Never let anybody tell you that money doesn't matter. It matters greatly. The #1 cause of divorces in our country are financial problems. Okay, so let's make a ton of money to kick that one to the curb. Okay, guys? I want everybody on here making whatever it is that you want to make. Okay, if you're saying I don't want to make money, well, then you won't make money. I'm on here saying I'm ready to make 100,000 a week. Yep. And so when I'm telling you that, I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there. And I'm going to tell you, when I hit that, it's not going to shock me, because I'm saying it out loud, what I want to earn. And I also want to help 1 million people with their health. So I have lofty goals. Okay. But when you start, you can get started with the bronze, the silver, the gold, the platinum, or the diamond package. Now you got to do what's right for you, but I encourage you as an entrepreneur, stretch yourself, because every package that you decide to purchase, whatever one you decide to get started with, is a tax deduction. These are considered business packages, guys. So when I got started, I started with gold package. And within 3 days, before I even got my patches in the mail, I upgraded to diamond. Remember, the reason I started this patch LifeWave business is because of mom and dad. I didn't have a product experience myself. I saw mom walking without the walker, and then I saw my dad's legs overnight, and I was in, right, guys? And so I didn't have to have some product experience myself, because I felt like I was really relatively healthy going into it. Although on the 4th day, I started sleeping through the night, which was a godsend. So that was icing on the cake. But the bottom line is start with what's right for you, okay? Now look it down here. Each of these have a product introductory bonus. See this PIB? PIB, PIB. So when you get started and someone you enroll, let's say you have your website, because as soon as you sign up tonight, as soon as you get started, you've got an active website. It's active immediately. And you've got a free app called the InTouch app. So write that down. InTouch app. It's a free app, and you got your own free website immediately. And it's crazy because I'm a business owner. I've got multiple businesses. Most websites are not free. I'm just going to tell you, you're paying web hosting, you're paying $10,000, you're paying $50,000 for development. You got a free website when you join LifeWave. It's so awesome. So when someone goes to your website and they order the bronze package, you're going to receive $15. They're joining your team as a bronze member. You get 15 bucks. They get 1 sleeve. When they come to your website and they order the silver package, they're going to get 3 sleeves, which is great for a husband and wife to start it. And you're going to get a PIB of $50. So you're going to get that bonus of 50 bucks. When they go to your website and they order a gold package, they're going to get 5 sleeves of X39 and 1 free sleeve of any of the other patches like the IceWave or the Eon. Okay. And you're going to get $100. The platinum package comes with, it's $999.95, so a little under $1,000. And you're going to actually receive 12 sleeves of X39. So they actually on that, it's not 10 sleeves for $1,000, it's 12 sleeves for $1,000. So you're getting 2 free sleeves on there. So if you like free patches and you like the idea of being able to patch your friends and family and loved ones and give away a couple patches, go with the platinum. But really, what you need to do tonight is you need to go diamond. Diamond is where it's at. And the cost is $1,600. It's 100% tax deductible. Scott will show you on Saturday how to make more money this year than you paid for all of your product for 12 months. If you do not do a home-based business and you're a W-2 paid employee, you simply don't know the tax laws. Okay? But it's time that you learn, because Uncle Sam's got enough money and they've sent enough money over to all these other countries, right? Meanwhile, we're 33 trillion in debt. And so I'm like, gosh, it's crazy that the school systems are learning from the government. They put together the curriculum, right? And our government is $33 trillion in debt, guys. Right? That's why I pulled my kids from the school systems, because they ain't teaching my kids nothing about money. Okay. Scott always says I don't have good grammar. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't need good grammar to make $5 million this year. I just need a heart of gold to want to help people get well and be well and stay well. And I have to have financial literacy. And God's for me because he wants us well. And so the diamond package is the place where you guys want to be. $1,600 bucks. 100% tax deductible. You're getting 19 sleeves. They give you 3 full free sleeves of X39. Now, remember, you can pick and choose any of the sleeves. So if you want to enroll with some of the other sleeves, I showed you where to find that. If you want to enroll with some of those other sleeves, you can go there. And again, that's going to be over at the Facebook page, LifeWave Wellness Warriors. It's going to be up there. LifeWave All Product Flyer. I showed it to you in the under files. And you can see all of these different patches. They show you exactly where to place them. So it's not a guessing game. You don't have to say, where do I put this? If you look at the little pictures on there, they show you exactly where to place the patches. Isn't that cool? So you can go down here and it's just all done for you. So you don't even have to go research that much. You just got to print this baby out. Okay, print it out and put the patches in one of these spots that they're showing you. How easy is this? By the way, these are all acupressure points. Okay. veterinary pain. I've got a good girlfriend of mine from down in South Dakota. She called me this morning. She said, my son is so excited to be able to start using this. They're doing acupuncture on horses, acupressure on horses. They're doing massage on horses. They're horse people. They're so excited with the results they're seeing, not only with her natural health business, but with the animals they're patching, you guys. So this is for everybody and your dog and your horse and your cat. Okay. So again, this is all over there in LifeWave Wellness Warriors. If you click on the files tab, you're going to see that all product flyer, and then you can get going with that. Let's go back to the money, because the money is very, very exciting. So once you get started at your package, you got that immediate website, you got that immediate app. When someone goes to your website and joins your team, they go to your website and tell them, click the join button. Click the join button. They're going to say, why? Say, because you save the most money. Okay, practice that. What button should they click when they go to your website? Join. Why? Because they save the most money. We want everybody saving the most money, right? And so all of these bonuses are really great, but here's a good thing. When you go diamond yourself, when you upgrade to the diamond pack, or if you're qualifying as a senior director on your pay, when you sponsor people that are platinum, you're going to make not 150 bucks, you're going to make 300. When you sponsor someone that's a diamond, you're not going to make $200, you're going to make 500. So for those of you on here tonight that have not yet upgraded to diamond, upgrade to diamond tonight. Okay, log into your back office, click on store, scroll down where it says upgrade to diamond, put whatever patches you want in the cart until the cart turns green. Green means go, and you are upgraded to diamond. As soon as you are diamond and you're sponsoring people that are also diamond, instead of you making 200 bucks, you're making 500 bucks. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something, because that's one of the ways of making money. But right now they've got this incredible promotion going on that is so amazing. Let me go over here. Scott, send it to me here real quick. So hopefully you can see that. But the cash enrollment upgrade bonus is this, guys. So what happens is in USA, Canada, Mexico, Europe, it's this week only. It ends on the 25th. So we got 3 more days, right? What happens if you have anybody that enrolls with you at your website, on your team, at your website, instead of just giving you that $100 gold bonus, they're giving you an additional 100 bucks. They're giving you basically $200 when someone enrolls with gold with you. Now, if someone is enrolling with you and they're enrolling at the diamond pack with you, if you yourself have been diamond and you've not so diamond, so the rules with diamond are this. Let me just say this, stop the share. Here's the rules with diamond. Let me tag myself so you guys can see me, because I'm still seeing Shari's name here. The rules with diamond are this. You guys ready? Here's the rules so you know them. If you're diamond, you're going to be paid at that elevated rank of senior director, where you're getting 500 bucks off of diamond packs and 300 bucks off of platinum packs for 14 weeks or 90 days. Now, if you're past that point, of 14 weeks, then you basically are just going to be getting that smaller bonus of $150 or $200 for platinum or diamond. You guys get that? Okay, now, but if you're a qualifying diamond, like Shari's a qualifying senior director, then Shari automatically is getting that $300 and $500 automatically. Okay, but what they're doing right now with this promotion, it's so fantastic, because whatever you're being paid at now, doesn't matter. If someone comes on your team between now and the 25th and they get in a gold at your website, you're getting an extra 100 bucks plus that 100, and the diamond, you're getting an extra $300. So if you're a person on here that's a qualifying senior director, or you've upgraded to diamond, or you're doing it tonight, you're going to get that $500 bonus when someone goes diamond from corporate, and they're giving you $300 on top of that. You're making $800 when someone buys a diamond pack. Okay, I had someone buy a diamond pack today. Okay, and she was so excited about it. She was so excited about launching her business. She's got a daughter with anxiety. She was so excited. She said, my daughter's been seeing great results already. She's been a customer just using the patches, and her daughter's seen phenomenal results. She's like, I'm going diamond. I'm gifting it to my daughter. Anyway, the bottom line is you're making 800 bucks when they purchase a diamond pack. Now, if you're not a qualifying senior director yourself, or let's say that you are only a gold, you've never upgraded to diamond, you don't want to upgrade to diamond. If you're a gold, you're still going to get 200 bucks when they order that diamond pack, plus they're giving you this additional 300. So you'd be getting $500. Now, does anybody have questions on that? I want that to be very clear because that's a lot of money on the table. Okay. Now, here's another thing that's going on is added upgraded bonus. So if you're on here tonight and you've got teammates that started at bronze and are on their way, they want to go gold or they want more patches, you know, they're almost out or they're silver. What happens is if you call your team, and I know Robin is on here and maybe Robin can share tonight. Robin Yamamoto is amazing. And she got reached out to all of her people that were just really consumers of the product. And she encouraged them to upgrade. And when they upgraded, when they went from a bronze to a gold, Robin made an additional $85 on top of the other bonus, because when they started at bronze, she got 15. And gold is an $85 split. So she got 85 plus 85, actually. She got, like, you're basically getting the original bonus, the corporate bonus, plus this add-on bonus right here that I'm showing you. So, Robin, can you unmute yourself? Are you able to talk? Are you at a hockey meet?
Oh, I'm at lacrosse tonight, but yeah, I'm
You're
here.
at lacrosse. You're at lacrosse. So you're building this business at lacrosse. Hey, tell us, I know you were reaching out to a lot of your team to get them to upgrade. Tell us what you saw happen. Did you see something? Has anything shifted for you since we talked to you a couple nights ago?
Yeah. Well, at the airport, I sent out that mass email and mass text, got on the plane. And when I got home, 2 people had already upgraded. And then since then, I've had 6 total. One went from bronze to gold and 2 went from silver to gold. And then I got 2 new golds. And then
Awesome.
my team, I've had 2 of them do the same thing, silvers to golds.
Wow.
So I told everybody we got till Sunday. Let's make a list, and so we've made lists.
Amen.
We put actually
Amen.
In the This Isn't Team website, the 2020 thing, you can print that 2020 page. I've printed 4 or 5 of those, and I write names left, right, just so I don't forget who I'm calling. And
Yeah.
I put a little note, so I'm very visual that way.
And Robin, you guys, for those that don't know, is a presidential director, going to be a senior presidential director. She's like 1 step away from the top rank. She will hit it. And she is amazing at team building. She's a dental hygienist by trade, but since has walked away from that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, LifeWave money. Thank you, LifeWave, right?
That's
and,
right.
She
Yeah.
just cleans teeth a couple days a month when they're really in dire need, and she has to go in to sub for somebody. But other than that, she's really just rocking her LifeWave business and her family. And so,
Yeah, it's been
Robin, we're
great.
super proud of you. I love
Thank
that.
you.
I love that you are making the calls to do the upgrades, because why not? People want more product, and it's good motivation for you. It's good motivation for them. Sometimes they don't know that when they upgrade, they get free product. Like at gold, you get 1 free sleeve. Right. They don't know that. So when you call them and say, hey, listen, you can get a free sleeve, they're like, oh, I can get a free, I want to do that. Right. Because who doesn't love a free 30 patches of LifeWave product? Like all of us, right? Somebody said to me yesterday, Renita, I'm going to send you something. I promise it's not patches. I'm like, I wouldn't be opposed to patches. I love patches. So I appreciate it. Robin, what did you say to your team to entice them to upgrade? Do you know the verbiage? You want to just say it?
Oh, I was just very bold. And my teammates, I actually offered them some of the bonus back. I said, if you go to gold, the extra bonus, I'll give it to you and I'll keep the sign-on bonus. So I was just very bold. I'm like, you guys, you got to do this. You got to take it seriously. And they all did. And then my girlfriend, who's just been at silver, but she replenishes herself just by shopping, I asked her to upgrade to gold because she can take advantage of it. And I told her, you're buying these patches anyway. If you go to gold, there's an extra bonus this week through Sunday, and I will give you back the extra bonus. And I'll just keep the original bonus, and they do it. So I think already I'm at $1,000 just in extras from the bonus. So I mean, that's
Awesome,
1,000 I
Robin.
didn't have. It's pretty
Amen.
fun.
It's funny today when I got that diamond kit in, I said to Scott, I really hadn't even been talking to that lady. And she saw my video, and I did what you did. I said, hey, listen, if anyone gets started on my team, I'm going to give you this bonus back, basically. And for the golds, I'm giving them $100 if they're brand new golds, and if they're a diamond, I'm giving them $300. And so she heard that. And she said, I want to take advantage of that because I'd love to save $300. And so I'm basically just giving her that bonus back that I'm receiving, because people say, well, why would you do that? Why would you just keep the money? Because it takes money to make money. And it also, I want to tell you this, there's nothing like fresh people in your business. There's nothing like, if I could do that and I have 5 fresh new people that are out there sharing with their friends, family, loved ones, and others that I don't know, my business is growing. My business is building, right? So, you know, you have to have an abundance mindset with this to really take it to the top, but each way of making money is better than the next. But I'm just going to tell you this bonus right now that's going on. Let me screen share one more time, is huge. Do any of you have any questions on that at all? Ask them right now. Unmute yourself. Sorry about that. And so does anybody have any questions? Let me see here in the chat. Nope, I think you guys all got it down pat then. So that's one of the ways of making money, and it's a massive way of making money. And I would just not miss out on it because, you know, an extra $300, an extra $100. I mean, it all adds up. And I always say, if there was $100 laying on the table, would you pick it up or would you just walk by it? I think most of you would probably pick up the money, right? So if you have people on your team that are upgrading from maybe that bronze to the diamond, they're going to give you an additional $285. And like Robin said, on top of the already, there's the comp plan. See, the comp plan is one thing, and I'm showing you, in addition to the comp plan, you're making this. So you're making money basically you're double dipping. Let me just say it. You're kind of double dipping until the 25th. So if you got people on your team and they're thinking about needing more patches, have them go from silver to diamond. You're earning an extra $250. And I'm like Robin, I offer some of the money back to people if they're upgrading like that. I just like to do that just because I think that's okay. We've got enough to go around. We got lots of money to spread out here. And we want people getting patches at the best possible deal, right? So that's really important. All right. When will the extra bonus show up on our back office commissions report? That generally depends. I think it takes generally, they put it in sometimes in the 1 month after promotion ends. Scott heard me say the question out loud and he just leaned in the office. 1 month after promotion ends, you'll see it on that week's pay period. Okay. So that's exactly when you'll see it. So back to the This Is It team. If you've not looked at the ways of making money, we're at the team commissions here. And so I showed you the first wave, got that extra money going on right now. Great investment. If you're on here, you haven't upgraded to diamond, do it. Sponsor diamonds. If you're on here tonight and thinking about sponsoring a diamond, good idea. Okay. Because if you yourself are getting, you know, paid as a senior director or higher, then you're going to get $500 when you sponsor that diamond plus an additional $300. Okay. If you're on here tonight and you're not qualifying as a senior director, you're going to get $200 for that diamond plus the additional $300. So you're still making $500 when you're sponsoring a diamond. So if you were ever thinking about enrolling your children, grandchildren, a spouse, now would be the time to do it. Definitely do that, because why not get $500 for free? And so there you go, guys. The second way of making money, of course, is those team commissions. You've got a right leg and left leg. They pay you something called cycle bonuses. It's $50 for every 990 points. So when you got 660 points on one leg and 330 on the other, they subtract those points off. How do you get points? From people placing orders. Every package has a point volume attached to it. Okay, every package, come up here, see the packages, how it says volume points for bronze is 77, volume points for silver 165, volume points for gold 275. See that? So everything has volume points attached to it. So whether you sponsor them or somebody that you sponsor sponsors them, doesn't matter where they fall, that all is points. And when you have 660 on one leg and 330 on the other, that's 990 points. They subtract that off and give you $50 cycle bonus. And you'll see your back office change in real time. $50, $100, 150, 200. You'll see that thing amp up. Okay. Senior presidential director, you can max that out at $25,000 a week, which is why I'm calling corporate and David Schmidt and Meredith saying we need more ranks, because I'm maxing out comp plans over here. We need more ranks, guys. And so 3 is commission matching bonus. When you have a first line leadership, so when you're the first line leadership, so I've got some first line leadership on here. Shari McCants is my first line leadership. I want you, Shari, making $25,000 a week, because when Shari's making $25,000 a week, I sponsored Shari. I get a 25% check match on that. That's $6,250. Bam, just like that, because I'm check matched because Shari's my first line leadership. So think about the people that you sponsor right now, the ones that directly connected to you. They went to your website and enrolled. That person is your first line leadership. If they start making money, you're going to earn 25% off your first line leadership. When they sponsor people, that's called your second line leadership. You're making a 20% check match. And then, of course, your third line leadership, which is another 20%. So 25, 20, 20, first, second, and third line leadership. Infinity. It's not capped at $25,000 a week like my weekly cycle payout is, which is not a bad cap, by the way. 25,000 a week is not a bad cap. But if I'm getting paid 25, 20, 20, and all of these people, 5 people, 100 people, 200 people, however many you sponsor, right? The sky is the limit. This is why I'll never stop sponsoring people. 25% first level, 20% second level, 20% third level leadership. And it's not capped. Okay, so you can make as much or as little as you want to make. So that's enough, you guys. There's lots of great things. I got to get back to announcing the winners of the Mexico trip. We had so many from our team that won. I've got to get out there and announce all these winners. But do you guys have any more questions? My advice would be get in tonight, get into your back office, click on store, scroll down to where it says upgrade yourself to diamond, and then get out there and sponsor a couple diamonds between now and the 25th. That would be a great thing to do. Let me see if there's any more in the chat tonight. All right, our next meeting, we got meetings every single day. So this is it, team has a meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow's meeting is going to be at 11 a.m. Central Time. It's a half-hour meeting. And of course, the big training with Scott and I on Saturday. Do not miss it. Do not miss it if you care at all about money or taxes. Okay, you're going to want to be on that. Let me see. Susie, my friend Susie from Canada with dual citizenship. Susie Babineau, she's crushing it up in Canada. What were the qualifications for Mexico? So a couple things were that you had to either hit a certain rank and hold it for a consecutive period of time, or they did it with for enrollment. So when people bought bronze, silver, gold, diamond, when they bought the kits, you got a certain number of points. And so you had to get to 50 points to win 1 ticket or 75 for 2. And so we had lots and lots of people from our team win that trip. The next trip, by the way, is to the Greek Isles. I don't know if you guys want to go to Santorini, but I know I do. And I want you on that cruise ship with me. We're going to be cruising through the Greek Isles and lots of time to win it. Lots of qualification time to win it. So we will talk about that again on this Sunday business training. We'll be talking about the qualification for the Greek Isles. And that Sunday night meeting is going to be at 8 p.m. Central Time. The information of how to log on to that is, of course, in our LifeWave Wellness Warriors group. So get yourself and your team on there so everybody can be on the cruise ship together. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. Scott and I, when we were part of a network marketing company about 12 years ago, we won a cruise. And it was the first cruise we had ever been on. And going on a trip was a big deal for me because as a young kid, we didn't have much money and we didn't have much time. And my family didn't like vacations. And so the only vacation I ever took was to South Dakota. True story. Okay. And at the time, my dad was drinking and he was an alcoholic and he fought with my brother and it was crazy. I just remember being crazy. God is making up for lost time with me now. And we are traveling the world with our kids and it's so much fun. But I will tell you this, that these trips that they send you on are second to none. Like, I mean, it is like the best places in the world, the most fun adventure you could ever have. So I want you guys to go to Santorini with us. We know we'll be there. I'm not going to miss a trip. When people say, what's more important than money? I'm like, well, the health is the most important. Getting people well, right? Getting them out of the pit of darkness and into the light. But I'll tell you what, Scott would probably beg to differ because he's a financial planner. He's like, the money is the second most important thing. I'd say the trips are, because the trips are memories that you're making with your family and friends, and you're going to these beautiful places around the world. So I encourage you guys to run with all you got for these trips. They are worth every second you spend trying to earn them. And when you earn them, I tell you what, Santorini is going to be great, but Santorini for free, free is for me. Free is better. So I encourage you guys to run at these trips and win them. If we can do it, you can do it. So God loves you. I'm so thankful you guys got on tonight. Thanks for bearing with my tech difficulties. I'm not sure what's going on with the internet, but who knows? I'll tell you what, if it was Satan, we stepped on his neck, and the light is prevailing, and here we are back in the game, right? So may the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you, and be gracious to you all the days of your life. Talk to who invited you on here tonight. Get started, preferably with the gold or the diamond pack, and get out there in the next few days and sponsor some gold and diamonds. You can do it, okay? All right. If you need us, you know where to find us. Most of you have my number and Scott's number. We're here to love and serve you and answer questions that you have about building your teams, okay? You win, we win. We want you winning. Everybody's a winner here, guys. All we do is win, win, win. Say it out loud. All I do is win, win, win. Have a great night. Thanks, Shari. I love you. I'm praying for you, sister. God bless you. Take care, everybody. See you on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday first, then Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Bye.